The NBA trade deadline is 3 days away, and the entire league is stuck in the most bizarre holding pattern we've ever seen. Teams want to make moves. Players are available, but nothing is happening. Why? Because of one man who isn't even trying to get traded. Giannis Antetokounmpo is accidentally freezing the entire trade deadline, and he has no idea he's doing it. Brian Windhorst just dropped a nuclear bomb on the trade deadline landscape. On ESPN's Countdown, he revealed that teams across the league are literally putting deals on hold because they're waiting to see what happens with Giannis. Here's the exact quote. "There are deals that are on hold and talk progressions on hold because teams still aren't 100% sure whether Giannis is going to be on the team the rest of the year." Think about what that means. The Lakers can't pull the trigger on moves. The Warriors are hesitating. The Heat are frozen. Multiple contending teams are refusing to trade their assets because they might need them for a Giannis sweepstakes that may never even happen. Zach Lowe confirmed this on Amazon Prime, listing the Hawks, Warriors, Lakers, Heat, and Knicks as teams all considering holding on to their stuff specifically because of Giannis. The deadline is February 5th. We're talking about teams paralyzed with less than a week to go. This isn't normal deadline hesitation. This is an entire market being held hostage by uncertainty. And here's the kicker. Giannis told The Athletic he will never publicly ask for a trade. He values his standing in Milwaukee too much. So while he's refusing to force his way out, the entire league is frozen waiting for him to do exactly that. Let's talk about who's actually getting hurt by this. Anthony Davis was a top trade target before his hand injury. Now teams that might have traded for him are thinking, what if Giannis becomes available? Ja Morant? The Grizzlies are listening to offers, but Miami's dream scenario is landing Giannis in the summer, so they're not going all in on Morant now. The Warriors have Jonathan Kuminga requesting a trade, but Golden State won't take on bad long-term contracts because they want flexibility for a potential Giannis run. The Knicks are reportedly considering whether to keep Karl Anthony Towns available because if Giannis asks out, they'd need Towns in any trade package. Teams with young assets like the Nets aren't moving them. Teams with draft picks are hoarding them. This isn't just affecting superstars. Solid rotation guys who could help playoff teams aren't getting moved because teams are saving their picks and prospects just in case the Giannis situation explodes. The only significant trade all season was Trae Young to Washington back on January 7th. This is the deadest trade deadline in recent memory, and it's all because of one player who insists he doesn't want to leave. Here's why this situation is so uniquely paralyzing. If you're a team like the Lakers, you're stuck in basketball hell right now. Luka Doncic needs help immediately to compete for titles. But if you trade your young assets and future picks for a marginal upgrade right now, and then Giannis asks out in 3 weeks, you just locked yourself out of the biggest trade opportunity in years. The same logic applies to literally every contender. The Heat have been linked to Giannis for months, and Miami is his reported preferred destination. Do you think Pat Riley is trading Tyler Herro or draft picks for smaller moves when Giannis might become available this summer? The Warriors have multiple first-round picks they could use, but they're not mortgaging their future unless it's for a generational talent. And Giannis is that talent. The Knicks had an exclusive negotiating window with Milwaukee back in August. Nothing happened. But Giannis reportedly wants to play in New York. So do the Knicks make smaller moves now, or do they keep their powder dry? Every single decision is being made through the lens of, what if Giannis becomes available? The crushing irony is that Giannis himself is probably frustrated with the situation. The Bucks are 18-25, 11th in the Eastern Conference, completely out of the play-in picture. Milwaukee is trying to buy at the deadline to convince Giannis to stay. But who wants to give up real assets to help a team that might blow it up in 2 months? Let's look at Milwaukee's nightmare scenario. They're not making Giannis available before the deadline. Team sources told ESPN they're scouring the market for impact players to pair with him. One Bucks source said, "We always manage to pull something off." But here's the problem. Who's actually trading significant help to Milwaukee right now? Think about it from another team's perspective. You're the Grizzlies. The Bucks call about Ja Morant. Do you take Kyle Kuzma, Bobby Portis, and a protected 2031 first-round pick? Or do you wait to see if Giannis asks out? at which point you can offer Morant to a team that just lost their superstar and desperately needs to rebuild around someone. Every negotiation Milwaukee enters is poisoned by this uncertainty. The Bucks have one tradable first-round pick right now, either 2031 or 2032. They're $14 million under the luxury tax, giving them financial flexibility other contenders don't have. Multiple executives told ESPN that Milwaukee should be major players at this deadline. But they can't get deals done because everyone's waiting to see if they implode. The Bucks can't improve the roster, which makes Giannis more likely to eventually ask out, which makes teams even less willing to trade with Milwaukee. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy. Here's what everyone in the league knows but won't say publicly. This is getting resolved in the summer, not now. If Giannis wants to be traded before the deadline, he has to make it ugly. He'd have to demand it publicly and force the Bucks' hand, but he's explicitly said he won't do that. So we're heading toward a standoff where Giannis plays out this lost season, the Bucks miss the playoffs entirely, and then everything blows up in June. That's when teams can really go all in. The Lakers, Heat, Warriors, and Nets all have significantly more draft capital available in the summer. The Knicks could actually construct a real package. Right now, with so many teams limited by the Stepien rule or apron restrictions, the trade market for Giannis is artificially constrained. In the summer, it's wide open. That's why the deadline is frozen. But here's what makes this so brutal. Giannis genuinely might not want to leave. He might ride this out and hope the Bucks make the right moves this summer. Which means all these teams hoarding assets could be waiting for a trade that never materializes. Meanwhile, teams that needed help right now at the deadline didn't get it because everyone was too scared to move. Giannis Antetokounmpo is accidentally controlling the entire NBA trade market without trying. He's not demanding a trade, he's not forcing Milwaukee's hand. But his mere existence as a potentially available superstar has paralyzed the league. Teams are holding on to assets for a bidding war that might not happen. Players who should have been traded are still on their rosters. And the Bucks are trapped when no one will help them, because everyone's waiting for the inevitable explosion. The deadline is in 3 days. Let's see if anything actually happens, or if everyone just keeps waiting for Giannis to make a decision he says he'll never make. Hit that like button, drop your thoughts in the comments about where Giannis ends up, and subscribe for more NBA content.